the name of our first chapter. So, what is the name of first chapter? Yes, it is India and its location and size. As I told, it's a great opportunity or fortune for us to get to know about India. So in this whole chapter or this whole book in the geography, we'll be discussing about the physiography of India. The first chapter is just introduction, explanation about the India. So here, as I told, India, what is India? What is India? Yes, India is a country. So we discussed about the first concept here. So we have the four concepts to discuss in this chapter. One is the location and India's size and India's contact with the whole world, then neighboring countries of India. So these are the four concepts what we want to discuss in this chapter. So first one about the location we discuss. So what is the location of India? So there, as I discussed in the last class, there are two important things like factors which explains or which gives exact location of a place, any place on the earth's surface by use of a globe or the map. So what are those two things? Yes, one is latitude, another one is longitude. So these are the both things, latitude and longitude. So both the latitude values and longitude values that gives information about the place, any place on the earth's surface. So what is the latitude and value of India? Yes, it is a degree it from, and I told you to make use of a from. The latitude and value of India, it starts from 8 degree 4 minute north and to 37 degree 6 minute north. It's a latitude and value. And here, suppose it's a globe, and these are the latitudes. The latitudes are imaginary line which drawn from west to east. These all are a circle because these lines are not intersected with any other line, any other latitude. So it's called as a circle. We have 180 latitude. We know that it's all basic informations or basic knowledge about this latitude. We know about that latitudes are the imaginary lines which drawn from west to east. There are 180 latitudes. So along this latitude that gives information about change in the temperature. This every latitude. Suppose what is the latitude which denotes or which has a value of 0? Yes, it is an equator. So this latitude that divides Earth into two equal of. Equator is nothing but equal divider. So equator that divides Earth into two equal of as northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. From 0 means the equator towards the southern hemisphere we have 90 latitude. From equator towards northern hemisphere we have 90 latitude. So 90 plus 90. So there are 180 latitudes. So this every latitude that gives information about change in temperature. How? For example, here the 0 degree, it starts from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like we have 23rd and 66 and 98 degree latitude. So it's a value or number of latitudes. So 0 degree latitude, here we experience high temperature as we go towards the southern or northern direction. That means as the latitude number increases, the temperature decreases. It's too low temperature in the 90th degree latitude. So as we go up, means as the latitude number decreases, temperature increases. So that's what, with the help of this latitude, we can get more information about change in the temperature. So we have 5 important latitudes we discussed. About the 5 important latitudes in the 6th class we discussed. So there are 5 like equator, Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn, and Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. So another important imaginary line is a longitude. So longitude, there are 360 longitudes. So as like the latitude which gives information about change in time, so the longitude also gives information. So what is that? Particularly longitude that gives information about the time. It gives information about time. So every longitude that records a time. So the latitude which denotes 0 degrees equator, same like that we have in the longitude. So longitude which denotes 0 degree, it's called with the name Greenwich meridian. Every longitude is also called as a meridian. So here we call these 0 degree longitude with the name of Greenwich meridian, because this 0 degree longitude that passes through the Greenwich city, which is there in the London, in Europe. So that's reason it's called as a Greenwich meridian. So both latitude and longitude that gives information, further the both latitude and longitude that gives information about location of places. So we discuss alone latitude that gives information about change in temperature, the longitude that gives information about the time, but both the latitude and longitude that gives information about the places. So that's how here the value of the latitude, which explains about the extent of Indian landmass, it is from 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 8 minute north. Then longitude, it is 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east. So east, mentioning east, north, south, west in front of these values, longitude values or latitude values, is very much important. You should not forget to mention this latitude or like a north, south, east, west. So that's what we discuss. Then our Indian landmass is located in the northern hemisphere. It's another one point which explains about the location of India. That Indian landmass which located in northern hemisphere. The entire India, it is located in the northern hemisphere and southern part of Asian continent, and it located centrally in the southern part of Asian continent. That's what we discuss. Then we'll go for the size. Then further in the location we have discussed some more, isn't it? We discuss about the ocean and the sea. In the western direction we have Arabian Sea. In the eastern direction we have Bay of Bengal. In the south we have Indian Ocean. Isn't it? So that's about we discuss. And what we call for that country, or what we call for that landmass, which is covered by water in its three sides, and one side is connected with the mainland. What do you call with the name, term? Yes, it's a peninsular country. So our India is a peninsular country. Peninsular country, because our Indian landmass is covered by the water in its three sides. In the west we have Arabian Sea, east Bay of Bengal, and south we have Indian Ocean. The northern direction is mainly connected with the Asian landmass, so it's called as a peninsular country. So these are the concept or another point which explains about the location of India. That's what we discuss. And there is an important latitude, except this 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 6 minute north, except these two value of latitude. There is another one important latitude for India to explain, which explains about Indian location. What is that? Yes, it is a Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer, which divides India into two equal half. The value of Tropic of Cancer is 23 degree 30 minute north. So that's about we discussed. Then longitude. So longitude, what is the name of that important longitude which divides India into two equal half as Western India and Eastern India? It is IST. Indian Standard Meridian, ISM or IST. So whatever the time is recorded in that, it is followed by every Indian. So that's about the location we discussed. Now next we will go for the discussion about the size. We will discuss about the size of India. So here the landmass, the total landmass area of India is about 3.28 million square kilometer. The total landmass area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer. So 3 million, 1 million is equal to under 10 lakh, is not. That means 32.8 lakh square kilometer. 32.8 lakh square kilometer. So square kilometer is necessary. We should write the square kilometer. Most of the people what they do, they write the 3.28 million kilometer. It's not a 3.28 million kilometer, it's a square kilometer. It's a 3.28 million square kilometer. So it's a Indian landmass area. Then the Indian total landmass boundary. Landmass boundary So here suppose it's India. Suppose it's India. The total landmass area of India is about 3.28 million square kilometer. Now it's about total boundary, the northern from here. This total boundary, the landmass boundary of India is about 15,200 kilometers. 15,200 kilometers. Now it's not exactly 15,200. Now it's about 15,168 kilometers. Now, so now it's a 15,168 because now the northern part of India, like Jammu and Kashmir, some part of that it is getting under the other countries' hand. Like Pakistan and China, they acquired some part of our areas, the landmass area of India. So that reason it is not exactly 200, but you can write this point. You can write this 15,200 kilometer as a landmass area of India. It will be applicable and it's accurate word. Then the coastal area. Suppose it's India. So what we now discussed, it's about total landmass area of India. Total landmass. Now it's about coastal areas. Coastal area. What do you mean by coastal area? Coastal area, the place which connects the landmass and water body. It's a line or a place which connects the landmass and water body is called as coastal area. The area which connects the landmass and water body is called as the coastal area. So here, this is not called as a coastal area in the northern part of India because this boundary, this political boundary is connected with the other landmass. As we go towards western direction we will get a Pakistan. Is not. It's a continuation of a land, but we have political boundary. If you go there, you will get a Nepal, India, Myanmar, Bhutan, Bangladesh. So these all are having continuation in the boundary, but here in the southern part of India, as we go towards western direction, you will get a water there, is not? It's a place where connects water body and landmass is called as coastal area. So total coastal area, the total length of coastal area, the total length of coastal boundary, including Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. Why should we include this coastal area or coastal length of Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar? Why? And is about 7,516.6 kilometers. So here the total length of coastal boundary, and I hope you understood about the coastal boundary. Coastal boundary is a place, it's a line which connects landmass and water body together. It's a coastal boundary. Beach, so it's part of a coastal boundary. So the total length of a coastal boundary of India, with including Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar, because these two islands are belong to India, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. It's also considered as indigenous or it's belong to India. So that reason, including the coastal boundary of Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep and as well as India, it's 7,516.6 kilometers. 7,516.6 kilometers. It's the size, like it's a boundary, total landmass area, the total boundary, and the coastal plain, the length of a coastal plain of India. So write down these points, 3 points about size. And now what we are discussing is about the size. The total landmass area is about 3.28 3.28 million square kilometer. 3.28, that means 32.8 lakh square kilometer. The total landmass boundary, it's 15,200 kilometer, and total length of coastal boundary is about 7,516.6 kilometer, including the coastal area of Latitude and Andaman Nicobar. Then this what we have 3.28 million square kilometer. This landmass area of India, it constitutes around 2.4% of world Earth surface, means the Earth surface. Here suppose here it's a Earth surface. Suppose 100% of landmass we have. In that, India it constitutes the 2%, the 2.4%. So Indian landmass that constitutes 2.4% of our land, and remaining all others shares in a different percent. So here in the size, India placed in the 7th position. India is the 7th largest. India is 7th largest country in the world. India is the 7th largest country. India is the 7th largest country. So then, what are the previous six countries? The larger, which are larger than the India. The first one is about Russia, Canada, USA, then China, Brazil, Australia, then India. Then we have, after India, we have Argentina, then Sudan. There are many others. So here, the first 7, the largest countries in the world are the Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia, then India. These are the 7 largest countries in the world. So write down these points. Write down this point. India is the 7th largest country in the world. India is 7th largest country in the world. So these are the largest countries in the size, in terms of size. So is that all? Is that all? Shall I wrap this? Then India is the 7th largest country in the world. Okay. So it's about a size. Yesterday we discussed about the location, and now it's the size. Then you will go for the next concept, that means third concept is about India and the world. India and the world. It is the third important concept. About size and location we discussed. Now we are in the third concept, India and the world. So what is this India and the world? So India and its relation with the world. It's about India and the world. India and its relation with the world. So, do we have a relation with the world? That means India. Is the Indian landmass physiography, and like the Indian people, we have a connection with the whole world. So here is that Indian continent, subcontinent, Indian subcontinent or Indian country, is it having connection with the whole world? Yes, the Indian subcontinent, it has a connection with the whole world, not from today or yesterday. It has a connection with the whole world from ancient period. It has a connection with the whole world from ancient period. From the ancient period, the many people, they are having connection with the whole world. So there are two routes. Earlier, the first route which the ancient people they found, it was land route, isn't it? So they actually people they settled in one place and they were not knowing much about other places, because they were not traveling much. Then gradually they started to travel from one place to another places. Is it not? They started to travel from one place to another places. Why? In search of food. In places ಒಂದು ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಂದು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಸುನ ನೀಗಿಸ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ರು. They were satisfying their hunger by killing the animals in that forest. It was running for some a couple of years. Then afterwards, when they were not getting animals in that forest, they started to move from one place to another places. From there, their journey started. Means their connection with the other places, it has started. Then the greediness of a people is increased. As the population increased, the demand for the resources got increased. Then the people they started to move from one place to another places. Then they found the land route. They found the land route. They made a route, land route, to reach one particular places. They made a land route from China to the Europe and to the India and Pakistan. So like they made a land route, as we are making a road, the national highway, state highway. So like that, it's a route. So earlier, the ancient people they found the route. So that route which they have found, it's to get resources available for them, whatever the resources they want. Means they moved from one place to another places in search of food. So that route it is created by the people. So like that, India connected with the whole world in this such a routes, like a silk route. You know about the silk route? The silk, the high quality, fine quality silk was transferred from China and India to the European countries. So this called as a silk route. There the route it was very busy in transferring the goods from one place to another place. So it's a silk route. There the India was connected with that route. Means India was now also it's having, India had a connection. It has started a connection with the whole world in the land route. For the first time, it has started with the whole world with the land route, by the land route. By the land route, it has connected with the whole world. Then, when the people they started to sail, means when the people they started to travel by making use of water, ocean and sea. From there also, the people they got the India. From there, the Indian connection with the whole world, Europe and Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Africa, it has started from the water route, like a sea route. So first land route, we had a connection with the land route. Then afterwards, we got a connection with the sea route. So then afterwards, when they started to connect with India, the Indian philosophy and Indian numerical and like a decimal number, like a decimal ideas and all the philosophy's principles got spread. Everybody they started to get to know information. Everybody they influenced by this philosophy of India, like a Mahabharata, Ramayana, the great epics and Vedas, everything got distributed. So there we have a contribution. The whole world they are influenced now. They know the philosophy of India. So because of this connection with the world. So the spices, The spice, creating the spicy food and all those things, the spices is introduced by India to the whole world. So that's about the Indian connection with the whole world. And architecture style, the construction of a house, construction of these temples, all those things, architectural styles and the different languages, different culture, it's all got spread by the India to the whole world. It's having contribution, India. And the richness of India was abundant at that time. Wealth, we had a great, enormous wealth. It's all rooted by the other people. Whoever got connection with India, they have taken the wealth from India to other countries. That's how we have a connection with the whole world. The India has a connection with the whole world. Here, so India has a connection with the whole world in both routes, land route and sea route, from the ancient period. From ancient period, and now we have a connection in the three mode of transportation. In every mode of transportation, we have a connection with the whole world now. Now we have a connection with the whole world. But earlier, it has started from the land route. From the land route, then the sea route. They got a connection with the India by the land route for the first time, then afterwards the sea route. So then afterwards the people, they got wealth, what we had, the richness and the wealth in India. Then afterwards they are rooted and they they collected, they have taken into their countries, everything. Then afterwards the new things are also taken to their countries, like the spices was new for the whole world. And the philosophy was new for the whole world, and it was different for them. The philosophy was different, and the numerical, decimal data was new for them. So it was all we have a contribution in the whole world. So then the Indian landmass looks like protruded out. Suppose it's Asia, it's Asian continent. Here, India, which is located in the southern part, mainly the central of Asia, south central part of Asia, isn't it? So here in this landmass, India looks like it's protruded out. It came out, isn't it? It looks like it has came out. It's here we have sea, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal Sea, and Indian Ocean we have, isn't it? So here it looks like it has came out. The India, it has came out. So because of this landmass which is came out, it is protruded out. So because of this, it has a connection. It has given a good connection with the all other world. Like because we started to get a connection with the Eastern Asia and Western Asia, then Europe and Africa. We got a connection because of this landmass which is protruded out. It looks like it's came out. Actually, it is not came out, but it looks like that. So that's the reason we got connection with the whole world. So it's another one reason why we have a connection with the whole world. So because of this, another one main reason, because of this protruded out, we got a trade connection. Trade connection with the whole world. Trade connection with the so importing and exporting of goods. Importing and exporting of goods with other countries. In between two countries or more than two countries. It's like trade. Not only countries, but the places, countries, states, it's a trade. Importing and exporting of goods, trade. So we are having a good trade connection with the whole world because of this protruding out landmass. So India having east, west and eastern part of Asia, and Europe and African countries. So that's what India, it has connection with the whole world, and mainly with the eastern part of Asia and the western part of Asia, then Europe and African countries. So the Indian landmass it is protruded out. Actually, it looks like protruded out, means it has came out. That helping in connecting with whole world. So here, as we discussed the landmass, it looks like it has came out from the main landmass, Asian continent. So this landmass which has came out, it is helping us to connect with the whole world. So that's our 3 points, and we'll continue with the points. Now right on this point, we'll go for the next point of this concept. So is that over? We'll continue with the same concept in the next class. We'll continue, we'll make a continue, it's not yet completed. So India and its world is just 3 points we discussed. We'll continue in the next class.